Breaking news, my lovely, wonderful people. Our dear brother Peter Obi joined Chimamanda and others to honor Chinua Achebe, discuss trouble with Nigeria as they speak extensively of what is going on, especially with regards to election and what have you. So this is part of what has been happening. This is what Peter Obi and our sister Chimamanda, all that happened, and this is what is happening right about now. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. Peter Obi joined Chimamanda others to honor late Chinua Achebe, discuss the trouble with Nigeria as Nigerians began to look into what they could do to change and to avert the situation. All roads lead to, Princeton University, New Jersey, United States of America. This weekend, as the Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, in the 2023 February 25th election in Nigeria, Mr. Peter Obi lead with others. Chimamanda, a well-known writer, joined other distinguished personalities to discuss the trouble that has been going on in Nigeria. The program holding tomorrow, which is today, Friday, September the 29th, and Saturday, September the 30th, is the Chinua Achebe International Symposium and 10th Annual Memorial Celebration, which is being hosted by the African World Initiative and Program in African Studies in partnership with Christie and Chinua Achebe Foundation. The Trouble with Nigeria is the book by Professor Chinua Achebe, a trailblazing and renowned novelist, poet, short story writer, essayist who passed on 10 years in the United States. Professor Chebe, in the author of world accomplished novelist Things Fall Apart, Arrow of God, A Man of the People, and many more. The Eastern in Savannah, and many more. Our dearest sister, Chimamanda spoke and said, this is a good time to encourage Nigerians. Peter Obi, a man who wants the country to be better, joined in the race. But like we know, this whole system that has been from a long time and people have failed to recognize and to line up with what is right to make Nigeria better, this system will pass away. And she encouraged Nigerian youth to continue to be hopeful, have their heart ready, knowing that change will come. The struggle continues. We must continue to write. We must continue to educate our minds and make sure we contribute to the success of tomorrow. Nigeria remains our home, no matter what happens. No matter where we go, no matter where we establish, Nigeria remains our home. Peter Obi, a man who will also be there to celebrate others, also spoke extensively and encouraged Nigerian students that it is time everyone gets on board and make sure the country works. No matter what happens, no matter what is going on, the country must be better and Nigerians must be ready. Everyone must be ready to contribute. So this is what happened. Chimamanda, she stood with Peter Obi during the election in no small way. She was there, she stood, she joined. This will be happening in the United States of America. Chinua Achebe is dead, but his work live on. His work live on. Everybody is watching, and everybody, is beginning to really, ask ourselves question. Nigeria belongs to us. What are we doing? This is the country where dreams are not being celebrated, where ideas are killed. Growing up as a young child, one of the books that I can't forget the story. By the way, when I was young and I watched that movie, I was traumatized. By Ikene Funa, I was traumatized. When Okonkwo, the character, had to kill his son because some prophecies has come that for a long time I kept remembering it. When I had to grow up to understand that it was just a movie. But what am I trying to say? These are great story writers. and it was translated to our screens, and they contributed. Today our sister is also blazing the torch, like one of his novels. The title is the blazing, blazing light. Our sister is also blazing it there. Chinua Achebe. We need to encourage, celebrate these people, and let them know that they are not alone. We have so many bright and intelligent minds in Nigeria. What are we doing? What are we doing to celebrate these ones? What are we doing to encourage them? And so, they spoke about the struggle Nigeria is going through, and how Nigerian youth must not give up, and we must continue. Peter Obi is one person who, continue to show an emblem of, of a promising Nigeria, of what could potentially happen. So a lot is already going on, and Nigerians, everybody's already watching on, and we all want this country, we all want change to come. People are already looking forward and asking themselves, what can we do differently? And thank God for Chimamanda, a young woman who is exceptional in her field of endeavor, doing excellently well. They were joined by other Nobel literates, to celebrate and to talk about the great work, some of the work of this great man. So please don't give up on your hopes and dreams, whatever you can do. For instance, I was inspired again by the story of Mohbad. Mohbad was a carpenter. He was not a Yahoo boy. He was not doing anything offensive or bad. He was just doing his own thing. But he discovered that he has a voice. And so as he was doing his carpentry work, he was making revenue, money from it. He was using that money to go to the studio and to, I know that the end, his death was very tragic and what have you. It's still being, discoveries are still coming up as to what happened to him. However, he was using from that money to go to the studio. That was where he was discovered and picked up and signed by a record label. What are you doing with your dreams and aspiration? And how are you going about it? These are important aspects and parts that we must all look at, that we cannot afford, to do. We must honestly, sincerely, wake up and ensure that we do the right thing. So these are some of the things that are happening, and it is important, it is expedient that we begin to rise up. Chinua Achebe has left his own contribution, his own part to humanity, and people like Peter Obi, Chimamanda, they are all celebrating and talking about the great work he did. But what are you doing? This is a wake-up call. What are you doing to leave a legacy and to ensure that things are different for your own people, for Nigerians, and for the world? Leave us a comment. Please don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. God bless. Bye for now.